Welcome back to No Apologies on Beck. I am very, very pleased to have with me Bismarck resident, a fellow named Marvin Lepp is here with me today, and you have a very huge announcement for us on this program tonight, Marv.
I do, Lori. I am running for Secretary of State of North Dakota.
This is thrilling. Wow. So you are coming into the race a little later than normal.
I am. Public office and the choice to do public office is a very large commitment. And there was a lot of discussion with my family about what we were doing moving forward. So it's been kind of a very fast journey once we came to this
Once
conclusion.
you finally came to that conclusion in two.
Yeah.
So when you were thinking it through, you're thinking of all of the ramifications of running for office a little late there too. Was there one thing that really spurred you on to decide to jump into the race for Secretary of State?
There's been a lot. Last 2 years have been just crazy in our state with everything that's going on. You hear rumblings and stories, and like you get involved. You really get involved. And for me, the thing that got me the most involved was listening to a city commission meeting here a couple years ago. And it was during the COVID planning and pandemic and stuff. And towards the end of the commission meeting, one of the commissioners said on camera, I tell my own children if they want to go to school, they need to zip their lip and wear their mask.
Wow.
And as a parent of 2 girls, I could never, ever bring myself to say that to my kids.
Right. Nor could I. I couldn't either. So for those who don't know you, you are a Bismarck resident, but tell us a little bit about your background, Marvin.
I'm originally from Lair, which I just looked. The census population in 2021 was 80 people total. We moved to the outskirts of Bismarck when I was 5. I grew up helping my dad manage ranches for a couple different local ranchers. And then at 18, I went off to college for animation and illustration. And life just kind of brought me all over the place. So I lived in Minneapolis, I lived out in Montana. When my oldest daughter was born, I made a deliberate choice to move back to North Dakota because there's no better state to raise a child in.
So true. I tell people that all the time, and I totally agree with you too. So you've had a bunch of different experiences, and all those experiences lead up to this run and probably prepared you in different ways, I'm guessing.
Yes. A mix of family-owned businesses, corporate businesses, where you're doing the professional trainings, the details, you're traveling because you have to train. The family-owned businesses I love because you're at home when you're in a family-owned business. Like, your owners can walk up to you and talk to you, and they know your name, they know who you are, they know who your wife is and who your children are.
Exactly.
And that's amazing.
Now, when you decided to run for Secretary of State, walk me through the process. It must be incredibly involved, paperwork, et cetera.
I am learning very quickly. The Monday after we discussed this, so it was decided on the 13th that I was running. I went to the Secretary of State website that Monday morning. I went through the actual applicant process. So you fill out all your information, you go through, you do your affidavits, and at the end of it, it gives you a download option so you can print off your forms, your statement of investments, your affidavit of intent, all that stuff.
Petition, certificate of nomination.
Yep. And the petition certificate of nomination is you either come forward with the nomination from the state party convention,
Right.
or you gather X amount of signatures from citizens around the state to vote for you.
Right.
And so I got all that stuff done, and I had started like collecting signatures, and my wife had looked at the petition for signatures, and she goes, that's not the right form. And
Wait. The Secretary of State's website did not have the correct form on it?
no, it was kind of a thing. So
Oh my. Well, you gave me things. You brought these
Yeah.
along with you, and this is interesting because I don't know if you can see it quite, but one is vertical and one is horizontal. I don't know, the lighting is going to be, all you see is white here. But the interesting thing is one has the name of voter and voter signature. The other one just has the name of voter. So if you would have done the one without the signatures, they wouldn't have been valid, correct?
Yeah. All 300 names that I would have collected would have been thrown out the door.
That's really interesting. So even before you get elected Secretary of State, you're already making...
It's details. Like
It is.
The job itself is details.
Well, and when you brought it to their attention, I know that they were very helpful to you.
Oh, Leanne has been amazing at the Secretary of State's office. When I brought everything in, my notary, that stuff, so I had my finalized paperwork there, I had asked the question about the sheets, and she's like, those are the wrong sheets. And I'm like, they came from the website as a candidate. And so she went and looked, and she comes back and she goes, these are the right sheets. This is the forms that you need to do. We're getting everything taken care of. And she's been amazing. I think I've called her a dozen times in the last week.
Well, I'm so happy to hear that
So-
their office is very responsive to you.
Yeah, she's been amazing.
So I'm going to just show, first of all, you have a bumper sticker that you sent to me. So we're going to show your bumper sticker. You've got bumper stickers already. So if you see this, then you know who it is. This is the guy who was on, no apologies, Marvin Lepp for North Dakota Secretary of State, just making his announcement tonight. Also, we have for our viewers a view of his website, and this is lepp4nd.com. And I have to tell you, you had me at the first line where it says, with a humble heart I proceed, Marvin.
You can't have ego with a job like this, and I've always been a quiet person. I don't yell, I don't scream, I don't shout, and I'm thankful for everything that I have. We have a beautiful little girl that we were told that we would never be able to have, and every day she keeps me humble, and moving forward with something like this.
I'm so thrilled for you. You also have on your website a line that says, with that said, there comes a time in every person's life where you reach a crossroad, a point where you have to do something. Not something you want to do because it's easy, but because it's the right thing to do. That speaks to me also. And in the last 45 seconds here, what can you tell me that will,
Coming into this position, when I get elected, I want an open door for any citizen of North Dakota to be able to stop at our office, stop at my office and talk to me. And it doesn't matter if they're a legislator or a child on a field trip. They should be able to walk in the door and ask questions.
That is a great policy for Secretary of State, and I'm sure we will probably see you. Are you a guest at the convention?
I am just a guest because I was 5 days too late to sign up.
But you can look for him, I think, at the convention, at the state convention on April 2nd. So Marvin Lepp, congratulations on your leap into this realm. And we will look forward to seeing you around many, many times.